Hello my fellow budgeters, welcome back to a new video. It is my first video after my vacation in London, which I went on about before. I left on and on and on about this vacation in London, but it's finally happened. I had the best time of my life. We saw so many things, but it's time to face the music. So as you can see over here, I have the vacation budget spreadsheet in front of me by the budget mom. Hopefully everything will be clear and visible throughout the entire video, but if it's not, I do apologize. I need to invest in a better camera. I'm currently using an old iPhone. I need better lighting, new camera, everything, but I just need to make sure that I don't actually buy everything and then get bored. If you know what I mean. So before we start today's video, I wanted to thank you all so much for so much love on my previous videos. My first video has over 600 views and I never thought that that would actually happen. So thank you all so much. It absolutely means the world to me. So what we're going to do today is going to hop into this vacation budget. I'm going to show you exactly what I paid for everything. If you watched my previous videos, you'll know that I had a 600 euro budget, which let's say I used. This budget did not include my train ticket, which was already paid for, and my hotel, which was already paid for. So I do want to put a disclaimer out there. It does not include everything in this list. So without further ado, let's hop right in. So if you're familiar with the budget mom, you'll know that she has all these amazing little spreadsheets, and this vacation budget is one of them. She actually divides it into 4 categories. One is basics, the other food and drink, entertainment, and then you have your cash envelopes over here. For me, my cash envelopes that I cared about this vacation was only shopping, so I'm just going to write that down here. And I didn't really set myself a maximum amount that I was allowed to spend, but more like a general guideline of an amount that I didn't want to go over. So before I start this budget, I'm actually going to cross out some things that we didn't use so that we can make this budget a little more Emily proof. So as you guys can see by all the pink lines, I did cross out a couple of things on this list. So I crossed out rental car because we didn't use a car. I crossed out airfare and replaced it with train because we took the Eurostar train from Rotterdam to London St. Pancras International. I also crossed out gas, tolls, and other fees and other because I didn't use that. Over here in food and drink, I crossed out other and replaced it with what my mom paid. And I crossed out zoos and parks because we didn't go to any that we had to pay for. We did go to a park, but the parks are free. So what I'm going to fill out here are my vacation days and of course my location. So we went from the 10th of August till the 15th of August, and I, of course, went to London, UK. So what I also did over here is take away the daily cost and the number of days because I don't really find that very useful to me. So we are going to replace that with the overview of 2 people and personal spending. So for the basics, we had our train cost, our hotel cost, and the London Underground cost. So for this trip, we spent a total of 205 euros, but we did have a COVID voucher that we received 2 years ago, which we used. So that left us with a total of 37 euros in total for 2 people for the round trip. I didn't have any additional extra spending, which would be placed in this category over here. And since that's not relevant, I'm going to add a little 0 over here. And my total, so I'm going to add my total over here. My total for my spending today for the train was 18 euros and 50 cents. If you ask me, that is a steal for a round trip to London. I'm not including those vouchers because I already had them, which I'd spent 2 years ago. So I don't really see that as additional costs if you ask me. For the hotel, we got a total steal for this hotel. It was actually kind of an expensive hotel. It was only 15 minutes from the center of London, which is super good. It was in Zone 1, which is truly amazing. And we got it for just under 600 euros. We did get additional discount. I am a Booking.com member, and we got additional money back. So for 2 people, we spent 524 euros and 81 cents. I didn't have any additional personal spending, so for my personal total, we come to 262 euros and 41 cents. Then lastly, we have our subway charges. We didn't share any of the costs because we only used the underground, as you can see here, the subway. So we didn't have any costs together, but my personal spending here was 48 euros and 39 cents for the entire 6 days of traveling. So that is also my personal total. I apologize if you hear any like cars or anything. It's really hot out here, so I really wanted to keep my windows open this time. My total for my travel in total was 329 euros and 30 cents. Please keep in mind that this number and this number have not been included in my budget. This was. So my budget is now at 48 euros and 39 cents. Then the next category over here is food and drink. We didn't hold back. Let me just say that for first and foremost. We ate what we wanted to eat, where we wanted to eat, and we budgeted where we wanted to, not because we had to. So for the restaurant meals that I paid for, I spent for 2 people 50 euros and 91 cents. And I had an additional cost of 14 euros for personal spending, which totals for my personal, so I'm dividing this by 2 and adding this number over here. That's how I calculate this total. So for my personal was 39 euros and 48 cents. Then for coffees and snacks, I paid most like Starbucks or Costa coffees. So that total is 30 euros and 86 cents. And I had an additional cost of 11.62, which rounded up my total to 27.05. So for bars and drinks, we didn't really go out that much, so that is not a big amount. That's only 5 euros and 29 cents. I say we didn't go out that much. We didn't go out at all. We were so tired every single day. I had no additional personal spending, so that would be a total of 265 each. And then for what my mom spent most of our restaurant costs, so that came to a total of 253.87. I didn't have any additional costs for that, but that came to 126.94 each. This total amount adds up to 196 and 10 cents. Then for the last big category is entertainment. We did see some sites, and some of them were free. We also did visit some shows. We visited 2 musicals. One of them was 6, which I gifted to my mother as her birthday present. So that amount is going to be so incredibly high for me. But that is also not coming from this budget. That's actually coming from my gifts budget. And we went to see Grease the musical, which was a spontaneous decision. We actually didn't plan on going to a second musical, but we had a night off. And I found some amazingly cheap tickets on Today Tix, which is a special app that you can use both in London and in New York, and I believe in the rest of the US as well, where you can get cheaper tickets than normal box office prices because they want to fill those seats. So we got amazing tickets for Greece for £25 each instead of the £90 that they were actually worth. So that is an amazing tip for anyone going to London or New York or any other city that Today Tix offers tickets at. So what we're going to go through first is museums. We went to the Tower of London and to the Victoria and Albert Museum. The Victoria and Albert Museum was free, so we only paid for the Tower of London, which was 72 euros and 38 cents. I didn't have any additional cost. I actually paid for those tickets. But that came to a total of $36.19. Then for theme parks, I actually added this, left it up here, because we went to the Harry Potter studios. We went to the Harry Potter Warner Brothers Studios tour in London. And those tickets were really expensive, but my mother paid for those. So technically I didn't have any cost for that. But because she got those tickets for me for 6, we're kind of even in that amount. So that was 119 euros and 26 cents. And I didn't have any cost for that. So we're gonna just scratch that off. Then for shows, as I said, we went to 2 musicals, which amounted to a total of 212 euros and 4 cents, of which I actually, I'm going to close this off, but I actually paid 181 and 84 of that amount. So as you can see, my mom only paid for her Greece ticket, and the other costs were totally me. Then souvenirs, we only bought 2 programs. Here they are, right over here. Look at that. Grease and Six. They were such amazing shows. If you're in London, definitely go see Grease and Six. They're both really good. I only bought one of those 2 programs. The other one my mom actually bought. But I added in over here, and those were a total of $17.97, and I paid €8 and 48 cents. So the total that we spent for this section was 226 and 49 cents that I spent. Last but not least, we have this little cash envelope category over here, which I only included shopping because I didn't want to separate myself from my mother and have her feel like she had to pay for everything. So I didn't really look at separate categories for this trip, right? My shopping, however, was a little bit overboard. I figured it was my birth month and I had some extra cash, so I actually went a little bit overboard and I spent 186 euros and 45 cents. You're gonna ask, Emily, what did you spend that money on? Well, I went to the Harry Potter studios, and I bought Fred and George Weasley's wand set. So that was 65 euros in itself. And I bought a sweater, a t-shirt, a quill, and a folio from Romeo and Juliet at the Globe. So I bought loads of things. Lastly, we have our overview over here. So what we're going to write down here, my target for this trip budget was 600 euros, not including my travel, without travel. Now, this total that I calculated is actually 938 euros and 34 cents, but that did include travel. So right now, I'm going to actually calculate what it was without the travel. I'll be right back. I did go a little bit over. My total cost is actually 675 and 23 cents. That is exactly the amount that I have on my credit card debt right now. So I did calculate that correctly, at least. So I did go over a little bit, but I'm going to put a little disclaimer over here, right? So we're going to zoom in really close, grab this tiniest brush, and say, disclaimer. This includes a 75 euro gift for my mom, 70 euros of a budgeted shopping, and a total of 30 euros from additional sinking funds. So if you calculate all this, that leaves us with 175 that we have to take off this total amount. If you ask me, I did pretty damn well. So the conclusion, what happened, I went overboard in the shopping department. We spent everything that we wanted on food. I spent too much on shopping, I will admit that. But you know, what else are you going to do about it? What's happened happened. I am now going to pay off my credit card because this amount definitely needs to be paid off right over here. So that's what I'm going to do next. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my honest to God spending for my London trip. Thank you guys for watching. If you're interested in more of these videos, please make sure to follow. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. How do you always budget your vacations? Do you budget your vacations? What kind of vacations do you take? Just tell me a little bit about yourself. I always enjoy reading that and commenting on you guys' posts. So thank you for that. If you like this video and want to see more, make sure to watch my other videos and subscribe to my channel. Very soon there will be a new budgeting video for the month of September because tomorrow I will be receiving my paycheck, so sometimes this weekend I will make that video. And I kind of want to pay off some debt here and there, so let's see if that actually fits into my budget this month. So thank you guys so much for watching. It really means the world to me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.